Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And so today's topic, we're going to cover how Shericka Jackson, a plan, not her plan, but a plan of how she could smack the gold medal out of her opponent's hands, Shaunae Miller-Uibo, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Gabby Thomas, and any other competitor that wants to come up to her. But before that, I like to thank people because we had a live stream version of this. For some reason, I was testing the live stream and seemed to have been working out. But then for like the entire hour beforehand, I kept testing here and there. And then as soon as I wanted to go live, I don't know, YouTube maybe wanted to shut me down or something like that. But the freaking stream kept buffering like crazy. So what I'm doing here is I'm just recording this for you guys. You can play it on 2x speed or anything like that. I just created a Discord channel. Look in the description below for that Discord chat. So if you want to be there for any notifications that I'm sending out to everybody when I'm about to do a live stream, they're going to be typically 7 p.m. Central Time based on the United States, as far as United States, Mexico, South America, anything that has Central time there. So that no matter where I am and I travel, but it's going to be based on that most of the time. And then the Discord chat is for there. We have a section. There'll be private sections, aka it may cost a little bit to get into those on double your income and also the cryptocurrency. But we're not going to talk about that just yet. It's going to be focusing on the public chat as far as sports and where we're going to release articles and stuff there. But yeah, go to the Discord below. I like to thank people that supported that stream beforehand, where they donated via PayPal and Cash App. You can see that in the description below. And I like to thank those people. This is why I'm trying to come out with this, because I tried to do the live stream twice. Now, I probably lost some people. Hey, you know what? If I lost you, hey, it is what it is. For the people that are still listening, thank you very much for that. And we're going to get into the content now. So let me pause that and bring up the actual frame of what I had here. Where is that frame? A second, give me. All right, so here we are. How Shericka Jackson can beat Shaunae Miller-Uibo. Now, obviously, I can't put all the names in this frame. You saw it here. You can't put all the names in this frame. But what I can do is I can do that. Obviously, she's got competitors in the form of Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce, of so many other athletes that are out there. This is not to take away from them. It's not to take away from them. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she's pretty much got the 100 on lock. Here's her celebration right here. She's got that 100 on lock. It is her 100 to lose. I'm not going to take away from Elaine Thompson either, because it seems as we're giving attention to everybody else that Elaine Thompson is kind of getting ignored here, for better or for worse, for some people's opinion. Elaine Thompson is getting a little bit ignored. We don't want to ignore her either, all right? Because Elaine Thompson, she could be like, she's the defending 100, 200 meter champion. So she can't just be like, oh yeah, just write her off, whatever. She's inconsistent. She's been injured. She's been sick. All these other, some of them excuses really for why she has not performed since her double. She's still looking strong. Don't get it twisted. Don't get me wrong. She is still, did I just rhyme? Wow. She still has that there. And you know what? That's something that I definitely want to give her and acknowledge. But this is the plan to beat all their bricks off. All their bricks off. Wait a minute. We got to show Miller-Uibo. Hold on just a second. Let me get that image up here. Where is Miller-Uibo? Miller-Uibo. Where is she at? Where is she at? Here she is. And there you go. We got Miller-Uibo up here. Right there. Finishing in front of Jackson. So we got to give her that one. But yeah, this is what we got. This is what we got here. Here's the plan on how she can defeat all these athletes. So let's look at this list right here. This is the 200 meter dash times, best top times this year in 2021. Gabby Thomas, one of the fastest 200 meters in the history of the sport. You got to realize So many people, if you come in the comment section, I'm just going to say it right now. If you come in the comment section with anything about, oh, the high altitude, well, Oregon, I have zero tolerance. You're going to be banned. I'm going to eject you off of the channel. Go somewhere else with that trash. Go somewhere else with that trash. Facts. High altitude. Now, the definition that the track and field community might use for high altitude might be a little bit different. But the medical term for the high altitude is at 2,448 meters, somewhere around there, right? Above sea level. Oregon is at 130 meters above sea level. Get your dumb smoke, crack pipe smoking self out of here. There are two people that just keep commenting and pasting. They like commented, pasted 20 things. Stop doing that. No tolerance. We don't got that here. We don't like stupidity in our comment section. You can make up other stuff with other things, but certain topics like that, stop demeaning and taking away from somebody's accomplishment. You know what affects people's times here as far as Gabby Thomas? Look, remember Jackson, Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce, they ran in the freaking morning. They ran in the morning because it was going to be too hot or whatever. They ran in the morning. So your metabolism, this is what affects you. Your metabolism it would be like if they had jet lag. They're probably training to, compete in the mid-afternoon, right? So that their body is firing on all cylinders better in the afternoon, not this last minute, hey, it's going to be in the morning because of these heat waves that are coming out. Gabby Thomas was running in the afternoon in the middle of 100-something degree weather. So that can also influence that. There are so many factors that can influence it. Your internal clock is going to have you run better at certain times than other ones. So if you could still compete and still do that, just imagine if you were running at your ideal time, and especially the time that you practice more. So it would be like semi-jet lag with that. And I'll break that down in the future on those scientific ones. So don't take away from those times. But look, if Shericka Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce were able to run these times at that time in the morning, get them on the same track with Gabby Thomas, ooh, that's gonna be a battle right there. And Shericka Jackson, what she needs to do after seeing this Diamond League that just happened over the weekend, running into a slight headwind, 0.4 headwind. This is what Shericka Jackson can do. Do we think that an Allison Felix has a chance? No, nope, not at all. You got to have rose-colored glasses, really be smoking some good stuff, sniffing the ground and some mushrooms or something to think Allison Felix has a chance of getting a gold. If she gets a gold somehow this time around, man, I don't know what I'll do. I'll just be eating my own words. I don't think she has a chance of getting a gold. Does she have a chance of medaling? Unlikely. There are too many other talented athletes. Now, she might be able to put it together with her coach. Her coach is a fantastic coach. She's a great athlete, but I don't think so. There are too many other athletes. Now, here it is right here. She ran into this. So Allison Felix off the list. Boom. That's one competitor. That's one big name, right? So here she is. She won. Is in Sweden. Bahas Galan. I don't know how to pronounce that actually. Stockholm. And she got 22-1 with a negative 0.4 headwind. All right. So she ran that into a headwind. Decent. Now, the thing is what she has to work on, because she's got a 1077. This is what she did. 1077 right here with the 0.9 tailwind. 1077. New PR this year, fresh. Oh, now trust and believe she's going to be ready when it comes to the Olympics. I trust her. She's been getting on these 4x1s and slipping in on them, coming down from the 400-meter dash. There have been, do you all know that there have been athletes, and this is another reason why I believe that she has a greater chance of doing this, even more than Shaunae Miller-Uibo, because she has a range. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is she the fastest Jamaican over compilation? Obviously not the records on any of these, but she's the fastest Jamaican over the 1, the 200, and the 400-meter dash right now. Does she have the fastest times of any athlete that has run all three of those? Is she the composite fastest? And I believe that she is. Athletes being able to break under certain, like under 11, under 22, and so on and so forth. I think she is the fastest composite athlete in the history of Jamaica. That is crazy if you really think about it. Now, with that being said, let's look at this. How does she take her 1077 when Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is faster than her at 1063? Well, she takes her 400-meter strength. She takes her ability that she's been slipping into these 4x1s over the years. She takes a cue from a Usain Bolt that moved down from the 400 and was like, hey, coach, put me in this 100. If I run this time, I ain't running the 400 no more. Take a cue from Daphne Shippers that went from the decathlon and moved over and got herself a gold to the shorter events, the 1 and 2. Take a cue from Warholm, which was a decathlete that went over to the 400 hurdles, and now he has a world record in the 400 hurdles. Won the world title in the 400 hurdles, and on track to potentially win and potentially get an even bigger world record in the 400 hurdles at the Olympics. Now, obviously, he has competition, but take a cue from these other decathletes. There have been decathletes in the long jump and triple jump, matter of fact. I could go down the list of so many of them. So, and other athletes coming from longer events to shorter events. She is doing the reverse of what some athletes do when they get older. Sometimes these athletes will go to the longer events when they get older. Instead, she's going in reverse and saying, I'm going to use my strength, combine that with a little bit more speed, and I'm going to blow the bricks off of you. And so this is what the plan is going to be. Now, she was right there with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, which I believe might have shut it down a little bit. Now, she's got her strength, which means she can close on it. If she can use this 1077 right here, and she can get out, because this weekend with this 22:10, she didn't get out as much as she needed to. It looked like she was running a 400. Like, okay, she's running the bends like a 400-meter runner. She didn't get out like a 200-meter runner. She didn't get out the blocks and was got the speed on. She didn't have those jets right there. Now, this could be because, hey, it's a little bit of jet lag and a different time zone and all of that stuff. Like, literally, you're in another country. Now she's got to make sure she acclimatizes and get used to the sleep schedule for Tokyo. Let's get her used to that. But if she can get out and have that good start, and then she has the strength to close on the field, the only person that she really would have to worry about, because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, I don't think she's going to be able to close on anybody. Let's go back to this list right here. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, which is her biggest competitor as far as the speed-wise, can't close. Now, when it comes to Gabby Thomas, we saw something in Gabby Thomas that I didn't think I would have seen. She literally powered through. She doesn't look like a comfortable athlete at all. And that's going to be the difference. Now, Shericka Jackson also powers through, right? But Gabby Thomas in that race right there, I thought, okay, Jenna Prandini was going to be able to, you know, edge her out. They're going to fight to the line or something like that or whatever. No, Gabby Thomas said, oh, and I'm going. That's the thing that I can see coming out of Jackson. She's got so many 100s under her legs now. She's got the strength of the 400 behind her. She can do that. And she didn't have the heat or the tailwind that Gabby Thomas had. This is where we come into real analysis here, people, right? But you put both of them next to each other, they're probably going to be fighting to the line. I think that if Gabby Thomas can hold that form, if she holds that form to the Olympics, then that is going to be her biggest threat. That's a big if, because this is the first time she's been able to run at like this type of fitness and this level. So that's going to be the question mark. Shaunae Miller-Uibo is a traditional one. So I think her plan to do this, hey, look, she gets out harder. She's got a closing speed. So that's how she can knock out Gabby Thomas. I don't think she has to worry about that too much. She has to just get out harder for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She's not as fast as her, yet she was right there with it. So that means, that tells me all she has to do is get out slightly harder, and that's the plan. Get out slightly harder, really just come out like you're running the 100, you get that strength in there, you got the strength of the 400, all of that fitness still with you. Jenna Prandini. She ain't really got to worry about Jenna Prandini, I don't think so. I don't think she has anything to worry about right there. Not at all. Prandini's a great runner in her own right. She knows how to run. She's strong in everything. But I don't think she has anything to worry about with Jenna Prandini here. I don't think this is now Jenna Prandini has a chance to medal. She's in a realistic chance of, I don't know, a strong bronze or a silver. I don't think she has it to get the gold. And the reason why I don't think she has it to get the gold, you got Shaunae Miller-Uibo, you got Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, you got Shericka Jackson there. If we took out Shericka Jackson, you got Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, you got Elaine Thompson or Elaine-Herah really, and Shaunae Miller-Uibo. I don't think those three athletes are going to fall off. Maybe Elaine Thompson, because people are like, hey, she's struggling with injury or something like that. All right, here. Elaine Thompson head case slash whatever goes on with her body. She can get sick one time, she can get injured, freaking hangnail comes up, she ain't got it. Like anything can happen with Elaine Thompson. You guys got to at least admit that. So she's the unknown quantity of she could have it that day and then boom, right in the final, or she might not. Okay, let's give the plan. If I'm the coach saying here, hey, let's say Elaine Thompson has that. Man, throw a little words, get into her head right before it. Be like, man, I sure hope I don't get injured this time around. Just throw that in the air. Don't even have to say it to her directly. Because athletes, they trash talk. I saw it with Shahid in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Do you know that the Kenyans have not lost a single 3,000 meter steeplechase at all? They always get a gold medal since the first time they got one. The only other time I think is the boycotts. But aside from that, they didn't even compete because they were boycotted because of the obvious reasons that happened in the 80s. But aside from that, Kenya has not lost. They were trash talking the entire way on Shaheen when he went from Kenya and changed over to Qatar. Or was it another nation? But they were trash talking him the entire time that he was the world record holder or something like that. He was way faster than everybody else, and he still lost. That's all she got to do. She got to get into Elaine Thompson's head before this race goes off. Now, you got to build her back up for the 4x1. You got to need her. You need her for the 4x1, so y'all break that world record now. But when it comes to right before this race, the 200, oh, get in her head. Get in her head. Coach, what I got to say to her? This is what you say to her. Oh, shoot, I hope I don't have a hangnail today. Hope I don't get sick. Just look at her, be like, hey, how you doing? I hope I don't get sick. That's how you get in her head. Now, aside from that, I think she's just in better fitness than Elaine Thompson. She ain't got nothing to worry about with that. But now, do realize that Elaine Thompson got them jets. So what she needs to do, she knows she's stronger than Elaine Thompson. She just got to do the same thing that she does to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Get out. That's the plan. Get out. That gold medal, snatch that from Elaine Thompson. You are not going to defend that's what she needs to tell her. You're not going to defend your 200 meter title. I got you. Pass it to me. I'm your country mate. I'm a good a training partner. I'm your country mate. And I am going to keep this in good hands right here. That's what she got to do. That's what Shericka Jackson has to do. Now let's go down to Shaunae Miller-Uibo. All right, Shaunae Miller-Uibo. Arguably, she's a similar profile to Shericka Jackson, really. Both of them run the 400. Obviously, Shaunae Miller-Uibo faster over the 400. She shows that she's beatable, right? She shows that she's beatable. I thought, now I don't know what's going on here as far as what made Shaunae Miller-Uibo just decide what she's going to decide. But hey, she's in this 200. If she's in this 200, then what I think is going to happen is if she does the 200, then she must have confidence in her speed to be able to get out on other people. And if I am the coach, or if I'm Shericka Jackson, I'm looking at Shaunae Miller-Uibo like, okay, but you ain't got 1077. You ain't got the ability to go below 1077 right now. I know you got a little speed. You got a little speed. So this is the plan. Depending on what lane, and this is going to depend on the lanes too. Going from the prelims and semis, you got to get yourself a good lane. What Shericka Jackson has to do is to make sure however she runs, she's on the inside. Okay, she's on the inside. That's the other part of the plane. She has to maintain that she's on the inside of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Why? We don't need Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce queuing off of Shericka Jackson. If it's the other way around, I am not confident Shericka Jackson can get it. We need Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce to be on the outside of Shericka Jackson. That will be the best person for Jackson to be matched up with. Anybody else, you ain't really got to worry about it. Maybe Shaunae Miller-Uibo, because then they're a similar profile. If she can get out on Shericka Jackson and then use her superior 400-meter speed, right? Her superior strength from that 400, then she might be able to get her. But yeah, Dina Asher-Smith. All right, let's cover. Let's cover Dina Asher-Smith. Dina Asher-Smith rarely lays a step wrong when it comes to the championships on these. So she's going to be overall hard, quote unquote, to beat, right? And she's got a 2183, right? I believe that's the, is it? Hold on, let me look at her PR. I think I got that wrong. Personal best. 2188, there we go. So she got a 2188. So she's right there, right up there with her, similar. If she can access this speed, which I'm pretty confident that she can do something similar or a PR. So with the way this is looking, right here, what we got to worry about is from Dina Asher-Smith is being able to somehow use some speed, because she knows she's run more 200s than she's run the 100. And so when it comes to these championships, do not count out Dina Asher-Smith. Just do not count her out. Okay, people? Do not count her out. She ran a 22.06 with a 0.2 tailwind. And she wasn't even looking that strong when she ran it. I looked at her and I was like, dang, her form's not even there. So that means she got something waiting for everybody. Dina Asher-Smith might actually just surprise. Everybody's looking at Gabby Thomas, all these other names. Dina Asher-Smith, like, all right, cool. Just wait, just watch. So when it comes here, let's just put in a scenario that she's able to run a PR or something like that. Now, me personally thinking Dina Asher-Smith, if she can access some of her speed, I don't think she has a chance to get the gold. It's just the field is just too hot where I don't think she has a chance to get the gold. But let's just say she does. This is the way that she's going to smack and snatch the gold medal from all her competitors. So let's look at Dina Asher-Smith. Let's match them up. She has to be able to maintain around Dina Asher-Smith because she has Dina Asher-Smith essentially just runs the same speed. I know that's not literally what happens, but she essentially is like, all right, I'm getting out. If she gets out hard, she got out hard, and then she's going to do it with everybody else dying around her faster than she is. She's going to get out hard. She's going to run an even race, and boom, start to finish, boom. That's what she got. So if Shericka Jackson, Action Jackson, if she's next to her, oh, well, if you close by, she's just running about the same speed. She's got excellent form and everything, assuming that that's one of her better form races. And she rarely ever shows that she has bad form. I mean, I saw her that time and it's just like, oh, shoot, you got to fix that. Or was that the British trials? There we go. But if she's got that, well, okay, you just got to power yourself through. And Action Jackson, she got that. She's got it. So that's where I see the plan. Do you all agree, disagree? Let me know in the comment section below about this. Let me look. Are there anybody else that's really, I don't think Favor is doing a darn thing. Talu, she's already scalped her head multiple times. She's got Talu. Like that's not happening. They just matched up over the weekend, matter of fact. Let me see this. Because she got second to her in the 200 right here. She got second to her. She ain't got nothing to worry about with Talu. Now, Talu gets out hard. Now, if Talu's in that final two, that would be a good person to cue off of as well. Talu knows how to do her starts in that 200. So either having she needs to have, basically, at the end of the day, this is what needs to happen. She needs to have Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce to her outside. That means she's going to have to run that prelim or that semi. However she's got to do it, she's got to run that faster and get a better lane than Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I don't care if she's 1 lane or 2 lanes out. Better if it's 1 lane, then she has a direct relation of where she's going. Because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, when it comes to the final, she's going, boom, she's going to get out. So if she's able to, I don't expect her to have the same start as Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I do see is that the plan here is to make sure you don't let her get too much room on you, because you know you're going to claw back at Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. You saw it happen in the Jamaican Championships. You saw it happen in the even in the 100 to an extent. If she could claw back at Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the goal here with me as a coach, if I'm talking about Sharicka Jackson, what I am doing is saying, Sharicka, remember, Action Jackson, remember, you got to make sure you turn on play action. Remember those people that played all of the sports game? I think it was on NES. They had the play action button or whatever. Do they still have those? I don't be playing these American football or whatever anymore. But you turn on that play action button and you say adrenaline rush. You need to make sure you don't let her get 4 strides in front of you or something like that, or 2 1/4 strides in front. You need to maintain less than that. If you look at how their races are, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce can't get more than 2 strides in front of her. And I'm talking about Sharicka Jackson strides, not Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce little Mighty Mike strides. We can't get her pocket rocket, mama rocket, whatever you want to call her. We can't get those strides in front of you. You can't let her do it, because if you get too many strides in front, the race is over. It's either Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce implodes, that's the way it is, or you just find some another gear like Gabby Thomas did. That's the only things that can happen. And since we don't want to rely on miracles or a miracle gear that just comes out of nowhere, where you just got to power through and say, wow, I just did something. I don't know if Gabby Thomas can reproduce the finish that she did in that final. That's the thing. That's the big question mark with Gabby Thomas. She did something and she was just like, wow, I was just digging. She darn freaking closed her eyes and everything. That may not be reproducible. She did it at the USA Championships and got that. That was exciting, but can she do it at the final? I don't know. I don't want to rely on that. So with Action Jackson, what you need to do, this is the plan. I laid it out for you. Each person that you could scalp off and you could smack them all the way, just snatch that freaking medal out of them. That's what we want you to do. Well, I don't know how we feel collectively, but the people watching this that are fans of Sharicka Jackson, I am sure you're like, yeah, that's what we want her to do. We want her to snatch that medal, take that medal from everybody else. They're not going to let you have it easily. You got this. I've been seeing you. That's why I called you earlier this season. I was like, she's going to make that 4x1 team. She's going to do this, whatever. Now, I might not have been correct on a lot of things. I thought maybe she would have been an alternate or something. You got in top 3. You got in top 3. You're in the 100. You are in the Allison Felix stage, where she was able to make the 100 in the in London 2012, and then she came back and snatched that 200-meter gold out of everybody's claws. That's what she did. So you got yourself set up perfectly. You got that 100, get the speed there, whether you medal or not, whatever happens there, to get this 200 gold, and you're going to snatch that from everybody else. That's what I think can happen. I give her a decent chance of getting it. Now, what do I give her? A 4 out of 10 chance of getting it, split between the other athletes. That's what I'm giving her, a split between it. And then the biggest question mark, the reason why I'm giving a 4 instead of a 5 or a 6 is because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, if she's on the inside or the outside of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, rest in peace. Rest in peace to her getting the gold, basically. Because she won't have anything to cue off of as far as a faster athlete. Maybe if she got glued to the outside, that's the only saving grace. But then Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce knows that Sharicka Jackson is on her outside. So what is she doing? She's queuing off of Sharicka Jackson and saying, hey, I got somebody that's going to close on me. I need to eat her up as much as I can. That would be her cue. Elaine Thompson, she is so inconsistent in these finals. I don't know whether I would say, hey, look, whether she's on outside or inside. because she literally will look really good. She'll look easy, smooth, relaxed in a semi, run a faster time. You saw it at the Jamaican trials, and then get in the final, and then boom, what the heck happened to her freaking start? What? Like, is that Elaine Thompson-Herah? Is that Elaine Herah? Is this the same Elaine Thompson of old that we were looking at? Like, the same one from a few hours ago, or an hour or two ago, or yesterday? What happened? That's the way that Elaine Thompson functions. Like, I don't, like, this isn't, I know people are going to hate on this part. I know y'all going to hate on that part, because you're going to be like, well, she was sick. Y'all making up excuses, man. Making up excuses. If you can look so easy in this one round, and then you come back and you ain't doing it, something's happening up there. They got sports psychiatrists for a reason. Things happen. The nerves got to her. It wasn't like, oh, she got food sickness. That could have happened. Yes, it could have happened. But why is it always keeps happening with Elaine Thompson? She was just doing freaking what, sub 11s in flats. Oh, well, they had to do that because they gave her a shoe because she was injured. Okay, how come she ran so easily in the semis, and then with that time she would have won? But then in this other one, she couldn't muscle through. Like, what? Let's just stop making excuses. She's got a gold, double gold, and a 1 and a 2. So she's got that with her. Let's not make more excuses than necessary. Yes, she got injured. Safa Powell got injured. You know how many times he got injured, actually? And then he goes, boom, world record. Same year that he's injured. Oh, wait a minute. What? Huh, interesting. Dalilah Muhammad's got injured, and then she's over here running almost near a PR. What excuses we got here? She performed. Now, hopefully I didn't jinx her with her final. So let's look down on this list to recap. Now, I'm going to go here. This is the overtime here, if we were in that live. And the reason why I have that Discord, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're looking for 10,000 subscribers by the end of October. Thank you all that supported and donated in the Cash App and on PayPal. And the reason why I'm going to have the Discord is that if we do lives, we could just do it on Zoom. Now, obviously, there be a little bit less people on Zoom, but until I can figure out this, and of course, if you're listening to this, booked the hotel up. And if this is the hotel internet that's doing it, then shoot, rest in peace to me for doing these lives, because I'm in here for another week and a half, and there ain't nothing to do. No refund with the hotel. I'm not paying another one right now, so I'm not going to take that L there. But let's look here and go to the women's 100. Okay, people have been waiting on me to say this about Sha'Carri Richardson. Now, if you made it this far into the video, you a real one. Because some people probably would have heard the other part, they'd be like, oh, whatever. Okay. Now, as far as I can tell, and here we go right here, evidencio. This has not been stripped. I looked on the IOC. Here we go. Let's bring actual evidence here. No press release released on that at all. We went to the media. I went to the news. Hold on. Might have came out. Might have missed it. Let's look here live. News. Nope, nothing. Nothing said about Richardson. But yet, article after article keeps saying, oh, the IOC person. I haven't seen an IOC person come out in the media. I haven't seen an IOC person, because this would be a high profile thing, right? The International Olympic Committee could say something about a very big thing. What I think is going on is this is a huge advertisement for Nike. It's a huge Nike advertisement on behalf of Richardson. Now, there are people here, and I don't like enabling failure, okay? If you don't follow standards or a rule, very easy ones to follow, right? Then it gets really embarrassing when I see people out there and they're wearing my uniform, AKA my skin color, right? And then they're doing certain actions, and then other people make excuses for them. No, these were the rules. In the military, you have X, Y, and Z. This is different than the masking agents or whatever and other stuff. You know, the difference between somebody saying, hey, this is a masking agent, so potentially 0 point whatever, right? And somebody else is, some of these things can naturally occur in food, and then they can pick and choose. There's a lot of politics in track and field, and I'm going to cover that on another video. because how do we know that some of these people actually freaking had a quote unquote masking agent for something else and they got 0.00? Now, somebody thinks I'm talking about Houlihan or whatever. I'm talking generally speaking, because he's not even just the only one. Are they trying to knock out people so Great Britain can medal in the 1500? Notice these are athletes competing at the 1500. They keep knocking them out, where they got athletes for Great Britain that can compete in the 8 and the 15, and then they're like, hey, you know what? Semenya gone. This other athlete gone. How come the rules for Semenya were to knock her out of races? Somehow it only increases your performance in the 400, the 800, and 1500. Oh, I'm sorry, but you could compete in the 5,000. So if you got, I guess, extra testosterone there, when has the last time men and women have been close in any of these events? None. So you got an unfair advantage somehow in, I don't know those, but then, okay. That's why we're going to have another video on that. If you guys are interested in that part, actually drop the comment in the comment section below. Also on Richardson, okay, if this is real, which I ain't seeing it as real, man, that's her loss. That's her loss. The fact that she went to weed, right, as her coping mechanism. There are other people that use alcohol. Well, alcohol ain't on the banned substance list. Oh, now they're attacking black people. You know, other people got banned for like weed too, right? These aren't just black people. And you know, I didn't say it in past freaking streams. I said on the live stream and I said in my videos, roll it back, that the media likes to portray black people in a certain light, call them thugs, call us thugs or whatever and everything. I ain't trying to defend nothing, but let's just look at this logically here. Somebody had their future out for them, and then they're going to ruin their future over something. And now we got people coming up doing petitions. There are people getting mowed down in the street, and you over here getting with somebody that's getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a week, a month, or something like that. And you're like, let them run. I want to be entertained. Let them run. There are people out here getting eliminated because their financial situations aren't there, which is part of the reason why I have this channel. We're going to double and triple our income. How about you get an IT certification so you can take care of your block and your community? We got single motherhood going up the gang partially because these women are picking the lowest common denominator of men, from executive women all the way down to just the average woman or even below average. There are bums out here, and some of them are women, right? As in bums, as in a broke, a dusty, or something like that, what they would call a man, and they're reproducing with them. We got all these other issues dealing with, and obviously this is a sports related thing. People are doing it, but they getting behind it. Don't y'all notice this is an advertisement? She playing them. Now, she isn't doing it directly, but this is the same athlete that was, yes, Richardson. Let's bring her up here. Let's bring her up. All right, let's look at her. This is the same athlete. When people making it a race thing, didn't FloJo have everything that she had? Doesn't Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce have different color wigs? Where are they targeting a black person at? Please tell me. There are other athletes that dress very similar to her. She just happens to be faster than them. Things are adding up. Not when you start using logic, then people are like, wait, stop using logic here. Stop using logic. We don't want logic to be put in there. I'm going to have to put the logic in there. I'm not going to defend somebody from breaking the rule. You can change the rule after, but I'm not going to do that exception. I don't care what other countries did. I don't care if somebody said with Nasser or something like that, right? Nasser got there and she had a Mr. Drug test or whatever. Now she's serving a ban now, so they let her run. If that's what they want to do, cool, right? Carl Lewis missed some stuff and they let him run. He fought back against it and he won it. So Carl Lewis got away with his stuff. If he got away with anything, quote unquote, I don't want to put that allegedly, because you could look back. His articles on Carl Lewis. Now I'm not saying anything there. Don't get me twisted right here. Allegedly got away with stuff. But that is neither here nor there. I'm just saying, very similar to Nasser, he had missed some things, or I don't know, tested a certain way, and then they fought and they allowed him to do it. So if she's over there fighting and they got people fighting for it, great. But I'm not going to go out of my way over the athlete. Now I'm going to say, hey, with these drugs or this masking agent or something like that, I will be fighting it over some. If somebody said, hey, here's some weed, somebody smoked some weed, somebody got over on, let's see, gosh darn it, I'm just trying to avoid saying the other stuff, but dang it, what is that? Dang, I can't remember. If somebody is able to violate rules, now they're saying, hey, weed is the one that targeted Black people. Well, yeah, you could say that with the US government, yes, the US government. Now, is this an IOC thing to target Black people? Maybe it is. Maybe it is, because they surely do seem to be targeting Black people in the politics of the IAAF when it comes to certain athletes competing against Europe, because Europe ain't got no dominance in there. And so it's like, hey, let me take out athletes here. That could be the case, right? That could be the case. But or is it? Or is it? Is everything to do with that? Yeah. We live in a gender and race-based economies. Yes, we do. We have to live with that reality. But I cannot say and make an excuse for this athlete, Miss Richardson, that has gone out of her way to trash talk other athletes when she's got not a single Olympic or world title behind her name, not a silver, not a bronze, not a gold. So I'm not about to be like, yeah, I'm just going to defend her. She's a victim here. The victim of what? This wasn't food that she could have ingested. This wasn't some, because I don't remember a whole bunch of people doing protests against Justin Gatlin. If this was a man, would y'all be out here doing the same thing? Didn't Bromell, something happen with him? I didn't see protest upon protest and jump, people coming out of their way. This is another one of those agenda hit pieces where it's just like, okay, she's a woman, got a girlfriend, got all this stuff. Here's that, ain't got the parents in the life or something like that, where they're trying to throw it over our head. Is that not what this is? Does this not seem like the same script? Are you guys not noticing this thing again? Are we not noticing this? Are we not noticing that trend, particularly when it comes to Black people, that, hey, abort your children, have reckless babies out of wedlock, and all of that stuff? Are we not noticing that? Because when Justin Gatlin had the massage and stuff done, oh no, I see comments on him still about Justin Gatlin saying, oh no, he needs to be banned, drug cheater, juicing Justin, or Justin the juicer, something along those lines. I might have just made that one up, actually. Juicing Justin. I think it was like Juicing Gatlin, but Juicing Justin, actually has a better ring to it as far as if you wanted to defame somebody, I guess. But you got Justin Gatlin over there. You got, is it Christian Coleman or Bromell? I'm starting to get the athletes confused now. That are banned. The guys didn't get defended, but they defended Houlihan. Oh, another woman got defended. Different race, another woman. So it's not a race thing. You got athletes out there coming out. And then it's this huge thing with Flow Track. Did Flow Track come out to defend Houlihan? Oh, I forgot. It was because it's weed, though, I guess. Because a lot of people are there. So should I go and say, hey, you know what, son, daughter, grandchild, niece, nephew, it's okay. You break the rules. They aren't wrong. I mean, you're not wrong for breaking the rules. It's a dumb rule or whatever. Shouldn't you be fighting that rule before something happens? Shouldn't you be fighting the rule before something happens, or while it's going on or something like that? Because there's a lot of dumb laws and rules out there, like the law that says, and it's still on the books, where you got to hold a lantern, 10 paces or 100 paces in front of a car, because they were trying to stop cars from being created and whatnot, because the horse industry was like, hey, they're going to replace it. No, man, that was so dumb. It's still in the books in some states, and they ain't even enforcing it. Okay. That's why I said I haven't seen anything official come out of the IOC or WADA or something like that. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Because I'm looking like her. I'm just like, okay, y'all really over here feeding into this media complex? Now I got to feed into it, I guess, to even talk about it. Now I got to talk about this because you guys are feeding into it. But yeah, we got articles come out from an obscure website that it started from. And we talk about Richardson over here. What? Wow. Her time is still up here. They have not stripped her time out. We still see it here. Obviously, you guys are not seeing all of those here, but her time is still here. Where has she been stripped? That's why I'm like, that article from Jamaican Gleamer, I'm like, what is that? What is the Jamaican Gleamer? I don't know. Who's gleaming? What's a gleamer? Hey, it is what it is. Now, if she's not allowed to run that, now what we can say is do like Michael Phelps or whatever. He serves his ban after the Olympics or something like that. You can fight for those things, but that's a different sport too. But it's still under the Olympic umbrella. So maybe fight for that type of thing. But I'm not about to just go here and just be like, yeah, it's okay, break rules and be okay. Now that's Nike's standpoint, and I'm okay with breaking rules, but this one was a dumb one. Like, we got to admit that this was dumb. If you're gonna break a rule, break it on something that's worthwhile, fighting for something or whatever, fighting for some rights, or anything like that. This was smoking weed. It's just like how this is. I mean, it's pretty petty, but you did it very close to this. Now you say, hey, you have a family member that passes away. Did you know that there are other athletes that came up after the interview at the Olympic trials that were competing for their family members that passed away on the weekend of that had family members? They said it in their interviews that, yeah, I can't remember what specific, so I'm just going to say family member. My XYZ family member just passed away 2 weeks ago. My XYZ family member passed away a year ago on this date, and whatever. We got to hold some accountability. Let me ask you all that are supporting this, that's saying, hey, let her run because I want to be entertained. She gets a special privilege. Like, that's what happens in life. Because it's pretty privilege, it's money privilege. Well, money privilege mainly because those people kind of work for it, except for the ones that got it off the back of the slaves and whatever. But aside from that, there's all types of privileges here. And you saying, hey, let me give the privilege here. She broke something and I want to see her run. I want to see her compete. I want to see her beat the other athletes in Jamaica. Or I'm a Jamaican and I want to see her compete because it's only fair. Were you holding that same energy for Justin Gatlin? Were you holding that same energy for is it Bromell? Let me look at this real quick. All I gotta do is look at this list. No, it's not Bromell. It's Christian Coleman. Or were you holding that same energy for Christian Coleman and say, hey, I want him to be banned? Are you holding the same energy for the men that are apparently getting banned for various dumb reasons? Maybe missing a test. Are you holding the same energy for, hold on, let me bring her up here. Where are the 100 hurdles? Maybe you are. Oh, wait a minute, not the 100 hurdles. Where is she at? Where is she at? Where is she at? Shoot, what event? Oh my goodness, my mind is going all over the place. Brianna Rollins. What is her? She's married. She has a different name. She's going under McNeil, where she ran at the ran under the banner for the US, and now she's not gonna be able to run or something like that, which would be kind of weird. And if you look into the data, just like what Flowtac actually released, and said, hey, look, she missed the drug test because it was one of Breonna Rollins' day. They had a celebration. The other one, she was being honored at the White House. It's just like, whoa, okay, those are kind of petty reasons. They can't really uplift it or whatever, or overturn it for that. That is very messed up. It's like somebody would, target, politics in track and field. Maybe they were targeting her for a specific reason. Did she make somebody angry? Or maybe somebody just don't like her. There could be those things. We also have to realize that there could be those targeting things there. So that could happen. Are you holding the same energy for these athletes, men and women? Are you holding them for all of them that got petty reasons behind it? Or are you holding it because the media told you to when it comes to something that's seemingly petty? Because it's petty to have banned Breonna McNeil for those things, but I don't see all these uprising and protests about that. But Richardson, why is it Richardson? Maybe because she has a fan base outside of it. Just realize there's something here. You are being manipulated every single day by somebody sending you a message. You are being manipulated every single day by somebody sending you a message. Now, we cannot always tell the difference between these manipulative tactics, but they typically have telltale signs of about the same things. Now, I have yet to see anything official from USATF. They haven't sent any of their members any newsletters or anything regarding that. So I find it very interesting that USATF, USADA, the IOC have been silent on this as of this recording, because I know there are going to be people that come back here later on. They're going to be like, oh, did you know that they did say something? This is July 5th, 2021. You're probably coming back on July 6th or later than after this recording, after it's been recorded, and then go comment. I got people on my older videos commenting stuff. Yes, I already know. Why are you commenting this? Don't you realize the date? No, they just want to hear themselves type or see themselves type or talk, and then they do that. Come on now. But maybe somebody needs to go to Mr. Nehemiah and say, hey, Mr. Nehemiah, what's going on? Ask this, because this is her representative, and say, hey, Mr. Nehemiah. Oh, shoot. Numbers up there and everything. Hey, what's going on with this? And they probably already did. They probably harassed them with calls and emails and everything like that. And just wonder what's going on. Like, why are you guys talking about this? What, we didn't hear anything. Maybe they're trying to jump in front of it. Maybe it's a legal reason why they don't release the list from those things. I couldn't find anything that said anything about Sha'Carri not being able to go through. And so if this turns out that she's able to run, just know that you have been manipulated. If there isn't an actual court case, like a legitimate court case and an appeal of arbitration, like an athletic appeal arbitrary, they don't go to arbitration, sports arbitration or whatever. If they don't do that, you've been manipulated. And remember that. Do not forget that feeling of that you got your behind manipulated. Your mind is warped and manipulated. Why? Well, if Richardson doesn't go through what she needs to go through, right? Hold on. Where we got our picture of Sha'Carri. Let's use a different picture right here. Let's use a different picture. If Richardson, this is a good one over. She's over here being a champion and whatnot, doing the champion things. So if Richardson, this is why this is important to remember this. Unless you like being manipulated and played for a fool, this is why I think that this is a Nike advertisement. Nike ain't saying anything about it. You know, Nike loves dropping athletes. There isn't USATF, which is sponsored and wholly owned by Nike. You got the IOC hasn't released a press release or a news article or anything on it. You don't have WADA or USADA, the USA Drug Administration, or whatever the DA stands for. You haven't had the drug agencies release anything. Yet we got some obscure website doing interviews on these mainstream shows and everything. And remember, before this, she's been thrusted down our throats and in our face that she's like the best, amazingest, most spectacular, lick her feet athlete that we have ever seen. Yet, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is faster than her. That's factually speaking. Even with that wind-assisted time, she's run slower. Now, she did slow down and ease up or whatever and all that good stuff. So she would have had a faster time had she ran all the way through with the wind-assisted. Remember, wind-assisted. Remember this, because she went from trash talking and smart mouthing other athletes to, you guys don't know what I've been through. Like in the interview after you guys don't know what I've been through. I know people are going through their struggles and everything. Now that sounds like a lack of maturity thing or whatever. Like Justin Gatlin was saying in his thing. To be fair, be like, hey, she's a little young or whatever, so she's gonna say those things. But she sounds very much in line with this generation. You don't know what I've been through. It's hard. We out here struggling, we hustling, and all those vague terms. What do those terms mean? Who knows? It means whatever you want it to mean, whatever the person is saying. So we going through all of this, and she's struggling and everything. And what I don't understand is why those agencies haven't gone out of their way to say anything, much less have our times been taken or anything. Can somebody please answer that for me? Can somebody please answer that? And I think I'm going to end it here. This one has been a long one for you guys that are truck drivers, for the guys that have long shifts late at night, for all of those people there. Because I know I didn't probably go on for about an hour right now. I don't know what the official time is. I don't got the clock on this. I think I've gone for about an hour or close to it. So if you guys would like to support, definitely don't forget to subscribe. We're looking for 10,000 subscribers. I probably lost some subscribers because I'm talking some common sense about Richardson, or just talking about something a person doesn't agree with, whether they think it's common sense or not. It just, I don't agree with them. And so they're going to be like, wah, I'm in my feelings now. Hey, you could be in your feelings all you want. Go ahead, be in your feelings. That's what drives sports sales all day and every day. We'll make sure that you're monetized. Your feelings are monetized here. So if you like to donate, thank you for all the people that have donated via Cash App and PayPal. That if you would like to contribute there going to the future to support this broadcast that we have going on, definitely check it out in the description. Our Discord is in the description. So when we're getting ready to do a live stream, if something weird goes on, I know one thing that works. Zoom live streams do work without that same buffering, even if YouTube live streams are not working. So for whatever reason, if that works, we can get our very small group that's here in our army that's growing up and have that. If you are interested in the other financial stuff, not financial advice anyway, definitely message that in the Discord. Otherwise, I will catch you all on the next one. And this has been Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. You guys have a good afternoon, evening, or wherever you are on the planet. Peace.